I would make a summary of the little tips and tricks that I wish I'd heard just a little bit earlier, and the things that I would implement and do a little differently if I could relive my college years. So I hope this video is useful to some of you that are still in school and help you maximize your time there. One of the best years of your life because you're in your early 20s and you're still discovering yourself and you have so much endless potential, and I really hope that these tips can help you just expand your horizons just a little bit more while you're still a student in your undergrad or beyond actually. So things I would do differently. Number one is to get the bang for your buck. So to do this, I would make sure that you know your students' advantages and the things that are offered to you as a student. So for example, everything from like health insurance, because I know that in my college, if you go to a hospital and you receive a receipt, then you can take it to the school and then they will reimburse you for it. Restaurants, cafes, and facilities around the school offer a student discount that can go up to 50%, and definitely make sure you use all of those advantages. For example, especially in a gym membership in your school, usually they have great discounts for students. Best time to develop that kind of routine and habit and a healthier lifestyle that you can continue on after school. It's one of my great regrets of college, and I hope you can do it differently. Some part of college that you should definitely check out is the counseling session. People in college go through so much struggles from everything to adjusting to the college environment, to moving away from home, discovering yourself, learning what you want to do. It can be a really daunting process. So I really highly recommend that you go to the school's counseling session. They're often offered by the psychology students there, and honestly it's just amazing to be able to talk freely with someone that's disconnected from yourself. Explore your mind and just come to terms with things. This is one of the best things I've done for myself during college, and I know that counseling can be really daunting in itself. When I was walking in, I just asked for clarity, and I feel like I've tied up a lot of loose ends in my brain and completely changed my life. And I highly recommend anyone that just wants to go and talk about things, just reconnect with yourself or just come to terms with different things. It's so helpful. And know that getting counseling in itself is definitely not a condemnable thing that is so taboo here. So just like a common flu, like if you have feeling sniffly, like you'll go straight to the hospital and get a preventative injection. And I honestly believe that mental health is the same as physical body health. So if you want to do that, then go for it. There's no shame, and if you feel there's a stigma attached to it, then all the counseling sessions are free, so definitely go. And if you feel like you need some clarity in your life, just go and just get into it, because that's honestly the best bang for your buck, is to discover yourself and really come to terms with who you are. Honestly, I believe those 4 years are just so fundamental in shaping your character, and it's the best time for you to really come to terms with yourself and grow as a person. And I feel like, there's no shame in counseling, and it's a really powerful way to just really rediscover yourself and help you move on with things. So I highly recommend that. And what I want to offer you is to talk to your professors early on. So I had a few professors that I dearly loved, and I repeatedly took courses with them. I haven't needed any recommendation letters so far, but I just stayed in touch with them after every year, and I just like to send them an email every year on like New Year's to say thank you for being such a powerful influence in my college career. And it was really good to just catch up with them and just stay on the radar, because when I was graduating and gave all the professors like a hug, it meant a lot to me to see some familiar faces and know that they've shaped my life in a lot of ways. And so it was really nice, get to know your professors early, because they can be really powerful sources of inspiration, as well as a good opportunity for positions like the teaching assistant position, which I did twice in my college years. It's great money, it's great experience, and I highly recommend that you keep in touch with your professors, because they can offer you a lot beyond the classroom. Third tip I want to give you is to go beyond your school. So this is a given, but I was focused so much on graduating early from my major that I took a lot of major courses in every semester and didn't really dabble into other topics or things, activities outside of school. So I managed to do so when in my fourth year, when I was done with my credits and I could take things a bit slow. That's when I really looked into the programs and activities and outside of school, and I did a lot of volunteering into the fields that I was interested in. And there I met so many inspirational people, a lot of great friends, and made a lifetime of memories. So, you know, I don't think there's a reason to do the courses the way I did, because a lot of them are just blocks of studying and there's nothing really memorable besides schoolwork. And so pace yourself, really calculate your major requirements and see like how many classes you have to take that semester to pass, but also really look into things beyond school. And I feel like school can be such a bubble where you meet a lot of college students that are so focused on doing the same thing, they're getting the same certification, vying for the same positions. But going beyond school can really help you look at other people and see the different points of view, as well as really understanding how privileged you are in so many ways. It's a great way to just get some education beyond school. Recommend looking for activities outside of school. So I did quite a few activities within school, like student council, and was part of a magazine group. But going beyond your box is the most important thing that you can do during your college years, because when you're a student it's so much easier to meet new people and just form new groups and learn about other things, because there are so many programs offered to you and catered specifically towards university students. So I learned about this concept called the butterfly effect, and it talks about how you can grow self-worth and confidence by being a social butterfly. And I know this can be really challenging for like introverts, and especially for me, I felt there was like a language barrier. I found it quite awkward to be in public settings where I'd have to speak to new people in Korean. The beauty of the butterfly effect is that the more groups that you're associated with, the less you evaluate and judge yourself within a certain specific group. So what I noticed is that a lot of us tend to be associated only with a specific group. So if you are, for example, in a certain club, then your identity is solely fixed to that club. So if something happens in the club and it's like someone there decides they hate you and they start talking things about you, then then you really damage your ego and your self-worth and that kind of judgment about yourself. The more groups that you're associated with, the less the happenings of that specific club matter to you. And I feel like this is really powerful in my own personal journey. I learned more about myself and my value within different types of groups. So going along with that, my other tip is to say yes to everything, because honestly, you can always quit. The pitfall of the 20s is that everything is new and you're trying to fit yourself in, feel obligated. Especially, I felt really responsible for the positions I was in, and of course responsibility is a great characteristic, but if you aren't happy with that within that group and you realize that this is not for you, then you can always quit. Like right then it can feel like such a huge and monumental event, but honestly, once you leave, some other people will come in and you will easily be replaced. And that's a great thing, because you should always know that if you're unhappy in a situation, you can always leave. If you're in a party that does not vibe with you, you can just leave and go home. It does not matter. So honestly, say yes to things, because you can always quit. The great benefit of saying yes is that you can open yourself up to so many more opportunities that are just endless. Knowing what you dislike is as important as knowing what you do like. So in my journey of learning about the things I like, the people I like, the jobs or hobbies that I like, it made it easier for me to filter out the things that I don't like. And knowing what I don't like led me to a clearer path of what I do want. It's so challenging to pinpoint exactly what you want, but knowing what you dislike is as important and is like a great way of discovering the things that you do want to implement into your life. You are more selfish with your time, because the 20s is really a time where you can be endlessly yourself. You can make all the mistakes in the world, and you are not tied down with certain obligations because you're still young. Those mistakes will not follow you forever, and so be selfish with your time. Like, don't waste your 20s away. Don't waste especially the golden time of your early 20s, when you can be wildly yourself. You can do anything you want. So just say yes to things, but also know yourself and know what you want to say no to. So just because you can say yes doesn't mean you should say yes to everything. Take your time and make sure you spend each day meaningfully and working towards your better self and the person that you want to be for the rest of your life. This is the perfect time to develop those opportunities and develop those habits, hobbies. Take that class and discover that you're amazing at Zumba, or you are passionate about film. Just do those things, go for it, and don't look back. People change, and this is nothing new, but I personally felt that in high school I had a big group of friends, and we always moved together, and that's because we were always in each other's proximity. So we'd see each other in class, we'd see each other during lunchtime, we saw each other after class, and every waking day you tend to see the same people, and soon they become family, so you become like a one single unit. But in college, the freshman students were all in one campus, but then as soon as you hit second year, you disperse and you go to your respective majors, your respective buildings, and it's really hard to see the friends that you saw every day. And naturally people will drift apart, and that's a normal thing to do. So the definition of friendship really changed, because in high school I thought friendship was always being there for you, always being present, always sharing quality time, creating memories together, becoming habitual with each other. After college, I feel like friendship to me is when you can genuinely wish the best for someone and they can genuinely wish you goodwill. I realized that friendship is present everywhere. Friendship is present everywhere, and knowing that I can be genuinely happy for someone and someone can be genuinely rooting for me is just everything that I want in this world. So I'm really grateful for my friends that I met in my college years. Honestly, looking back in my 4 years, I'm so grateful for my friends and my best friends that I met along the way, because I feel like you are the most meaningful thing that I've gained over my college years, and I'm so grateful for everything you've done for me. And yeah, okay, this turned into an acceptance speech, but anyway, final tip that I want to give you is to stay in the information loop. I was really weak in this because I just never checked the school's website, but then I would recommend making like a shortcut link on your phone or on your desktop. Oh, my nose is so itchy from the dust. Like, make that shortcut so you can regularly check it and stay up to date with your school's curriculum changes, school events and stuff. The benefit of doing this is that you can get everything from unknown internship positions to just like a free hot dog. Like, if the student council is offering some food, then you can be first in line, and that's the best thing. Free food, man. In college, it goes a long way. So definitely go for that, and to just go above and beyond, just live your best life. That really sets the foundation for the rest of the trajectory of your life, and you can do it. You can achieve so much. Let those 4 years go to waste, because time will pass anyway. Make it a memorable one. Thank you for watching, and I hope it was of some help to you. Adios. I asked you guys on Instagram about any questions that you may have for me about college life, and I got Sasha Sarelli 57. I hope I got that name right, but you said, now that you've graduated, will you still visit Zimbabwe or any other African countries? And Sasha, Thank you for asking. In fact, I am moving back to work there, and I'm envisioning hopefully a long-term future in Zim and within Africa. So yeah, and I'm very excited for that. The benefits of CC. So CC is a common curriculum that is obligatory in my school, where you have to take a lot of different classes, like basics on literature, history, and economics. Having these courses be mandatory really forces you to be well-grounded, which is the flower of liberal arts education. Definitely, I am so grateful for college. I'm so grateful for everything that's gone down there. And it was a safe refuge. It was also a place that ripped me apart. And if you are struggling within college, then you know it's a bubble. So don't struggle too much. Within it, you can get really competitive. It feels like those grades matter the world to you, and those club members, those seniors, are going to have the power to like have a grip over your life, but honestly they don't. And just be free, man. Just live your life. It's college. It's like a bubble. Applying for college is not easy, and having done so, you are entitled to some fun. You're entitled to some good times. So yeah, I'm going to wrap up this video here, and see ya.